Hey folks, it's the 1st of August. Planting a fall garden. Is the juice worth the squeeze? The subject, the topic for today. Welcome to the Row by Row Gardening Show, the best dadgum gardening show on the internet, where we talk about gardening, a little bit of cooking, and growing your own food. Now sit back and enjoy. Well, we've got a lot going on, even though it's August. Man, you planting flowers?
Yeah, I planted around zinnias and sunflowers, some native hibiscus, some hibiscus I might have lifted from the nursery.
She shoplifted seeds from the nursery. She got her handful of seed pods off hibiscus.
Yeah.
Gonna be in jail one of these days. I'll have to go down there and get you out of jail shoplifting hibiscus seeds.
Yeah.
I planted buckwheat. Planted me around the buckwheat. Now we're probably sometime I'd say we have short season, long season summer crops. Buckwheat is probably the shortest season summer crop, cover crop they are. So I would say anytime during August you got plenty of time. Anytime when I started getting into September 15th, I would start holding off at that point. Planting more summer cover crops and maybe switching over to the cool seasons. But yeah, we got a lot going on there.
Got my blackberry bushes trimmed.
Got your blackberry bushes trimmed, and I had watched some videos over the weekend. I'm gonna admit something. I did not know how to prune blackberries. I thought I did, but I didn't. We watched some videos from Dr. Arlen. What's his last name? Oh, okay. Jason over at Pellets to the Past. Anyhow, Jason's dad is a retired horticulturist from Auburn University, and he has some very good videos showing the technical side of how to do particular pruning on berries and blackberries. So I watched that and I was like, you idiot, you've been doing it wrong the whole time. So I got to get out there and really work my blackberries over and do some severe pruning on them.
Yeah, and it's painful to do, but I found it to do it in little steps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got some blackberry pruning to do ASAP. Needs to be done soon. And then we've got some microgreens coming out. I'm going to talk about my corn in just a second. Microgreens. And one of my favorite microgreens to grow is broccoli. Now, I'm growing these little 5x5. I got some more growing. But the thing about these right here, these little 5x5s is that's enough for a meal for two people right there. I got two different crops right here, and you can tell this one is probably 2 days older than this one, and I want to show this right here. This is the perfect time to cut because see how green it is? This one's getting just a shade of yellow cast into it. It's still okay to cut, but the optimal time to cut them is at this stage right here. Right? And I think these are probably 6 days old. So that's perfect right there. They have these little outer shells on them, but you just rake across there and they'll come off. I'm gonna cut some of these right here.
That is flavor. It's just
broccoli microgreens to me is one of my favorite ones. See right there? Perfect on a hamburger. Great substitution for lettuce, or just do your salad with it.
great on eggs.
Probably the most flavorful microgreen to me is broccoli.
That's very good.
And you have it right there. We're gonna be having some broccoli microgreens tonight. Corn, my Hickory King is coming along there, and I want to talk about this for a minute. It's not dried out as much on the stalk as it needs to be. We've talked about this before. It needs to be about 15% moisture content. This is one I pulled a couple weeks ago and put inside there, and now it's dried out. You can tell it's a lot drier than this one I pulled a couple of days ago there. But the indentions on the corner tells me that it's getting dry, but this one right here I can look at and tell it's not dry enough. This one is. Now one of the ways you know that it's ready, and I got this little hand shiller that I don't use a lot, but I do use a little bit, is you can run it on there. If it shells real easy, you know your moisture content is correct. If it doesn't
shell.
If it doesn't shell correctly, you know you need to dry it out some more. What I've done in the past, and what I may have to do this year, is go ahead and harvest it because some of my stalks are starting to fall down, and then put it in the greenhouse and put a fan on it to continue to dry it out. If you have weevil problems, you can put it in cold storage, your freezer, get it knocked down, but that near's ready. Because see how easy it shells out? Yeah, just pops right out of there. So we're going to be having some Hickory King cornbread.
Not quite ready.
It ain't quite ready, y'all think?
No, they don't pop out as easy
It's getting close.
as it should.
Right.
That may be too.
Yeah. Ooh, you remember where. Some of my stalks, I planted it a little too thick and my stalks are not as big as round as I normally make them. See there?
Yeah.
Look at you. But anyway, hickory king's coming in. I love growing hickory king. First time I've grown it, probably 3-4 years. I've been growing the Jimmy Red. Hickory king is one of my favorite heirloom corns. I love growing these heirloom corns, and we're gonna have a good bounty of cornmeal and cornbread this winter time. All right, so let's get into fall planting. We're just at the initial stages of this right here. So everybody, including us, is in this stage where we're cleaning our garden up from the spring. I still got some work to do in mine. But it's kind of a transition period for us. It's time now to start getting your first crop of brassicas. When I say brassicas, I'm talking about our cabbage and our cauliflower and our broccolis, collards and that kind of stuff. The things that we're going to transplant, it's time now to get them planted in the greenhouse so that we can grow them out and transplant them. 4 to 5 weeks is going to be your ideal time to grow and transplant them. So if you plant them now, you're going to have them ready to transplant sometime in the first week or two of September.
Do you know, after that rain of the night, I could feel a little cool in the air. Could you?
I could, and I was going to say this right here. I know you guys, just like me, you're not really excited about fall gardening right now, but the first morning I get up, and it's normally around the 15th of September, the first morning I get up and I feel that coldness on me there, it gets me excited about planting the fall garden.
Yeah.
But we have to prepare ahead of time.
But when you say fall is one of your favorite times of the year?
It is, although the insects can be a little bit harsh, but I do grow. I enjoy
I thought
growing.
there's less insect pressure.
No, not in the fall, not for brassicas.
Oh.
We have, I enjoy growing my broccoli and my cabbage and cauliflowers more in the fall than I do the spring.
Yeah.
Mustard, turnips, all that kind of stuff.
Well, in the spring, you know it's going to get too hot and they're going to bolt.
And I'm always moving on. I think about tomatoes and peppers and watermelons. This time of the year, I love to eat those brassicas, cabbage, and everything when it gets cold. So when we have it and it starts turning off a little bit cooler, you got good things to
It's
eat.
more enjoyable to work out there, too.
It is. I got a big announcement to make.
Uh-oh.
Starting in September, we're going to have live brassica plants. We're going to have plants available around the 1st of September. We're going to start doing pre-sales probably next week, if not the end of
You
this
just
week.
woke up this morning and...
No, I just hadn't shared it with you yet. Something I've been working on.
Apparently you had-
Me and a couple boys been working on for a couple of days. All right, so we're going to have stonehead cabbage. We're going to have top bunch collard plants. We're going to have green magic broccoli. We're going to have twister cauliflower. And we're going to have Blue Ridge kale available. Those 5 different plants we're going to have available for probably 6 to 8 weeks, September and October. So if you don't start your plants, we'll have you covered on those in September. Now, I normally don't like to transplant any of those in August because it's a little too hot. However, I will tell you guys, I seen something a couple of days ago I've never seen before that I know of. We was riding a dirt road, and we ran across a field, and this was the end of July, that was already, and this was a big field, that was already planted in cabbage. Now, most people say it can't be done. Well, it can be done, although that is extremely early. I've never seen it transplanted out in the field in the end of July. Now, I've seen it done the 1st of August. Never seen it done the end of July, so that was new for me. Those guys are trying to hit a market there. They're going to have to keep them watered, going to have to keep them sprayed. But they're going to try to hit a particular market there, so they know what they're doing. But for the homeowner, average gardener, August is a hard time to be transplanting out. I'd rather wait till September and put them out. But if you're going to grow your plants, you need to get them planted in the greenhouse now.
Yeah.
Yep. What's your favorite things to grow in the fall?
Spinach,
Spinach,
carrots, onions, garlic.
onions.
I can't just name one.
Okay.
I like the greens.
So some of those that you just mentioned there, with exception, let's talk about carrots and mustard and kohlrabi, things like that. Now you can transplant kohlrabi, you can direct seed it. We got the seed tape thing. So our seed tape, I wouldn't put them out in zone 9. I wouldn't put them out to the 1st of September. Now you could possibly play with it the last week of August. 1st September is going to be the ideal time to put your first planting in. And now if you live on up north, then you can probably jump that a week or two and go ahead and get them in. You guys in zone 6, heck, y'all can probably get y'all's in the middle of August pretty easy. But we love to start those carrots, radishes, beets and all that, so that we got a first planting in. And then every 2 to 3 weeks, we'll keep planting those so we got a steady supply going all the way into the wintertime, because we love beets, radishes, onions. We've got this bunch of onions, all that kind of stuff. So there's worlds of things you could be doing besides the flowers.
Yeah.
What about garlic?
I didn't have good luck with garlic last year.
You didn't have good luck with garlic haze. Most people in the South, as far as we are, not. It's going to be hit and miss. So we're going to start pre-selling garlic pretty soon, within the next week or two. Elephant garlic, which is the garlic of the South, I call it, which is actually a leek. Now we always do well with it, but
No,
your elephant garlic didn't do well.
no, it was in a new location and it just didn't do good.
I have never had a failure with elephant garlic. Never. Now, I normally plant it about the same time I do my onions, or a little bit before, and it comes in about 2 weeks after my
The
onions.
onions did great,
Yep.
but the garlic didn't.
Elephant garlic.
Elephant garlic.
Now, we will have all different kinds of hard neck, soft neck garlic as well. I hope everybody has a good crop. We have a good seed crop come in. But you guys up north, man, it's a no-brainer to plant them. You guys down south, I can go ahead and tell you, you can try it if you want to. It's about 50% of the time you're gonna make a decent harvest on your soft neck and hard neck. Just down here in the deep south, it's just hard to do. But if you want to give it a try, give it a try with the knowledge that you very well could have some type of failure. But everybody up north loves growing garlic. When I say up north, I'm talking about North Georgia on. Shouldn't have any
So
problem
where
growing
is
garlic.
Becky with Acre Homestead? Up in Washington?
Yeah, but she's in zone 8.
She just harvested her garlic.
Yeah, but
Just harvested.
they're in a totally, although her zone is real similar to ours, totally different climate.
And she's just now going to plant some potatoes.
But their season is
Yeah,
twisted
it's
around because
crazy.
they don't get hot. They always have that cool weather all the time. So they don't have a lot of cold weather, but they don't have a lot of hot weather either. So it's more of a balance. Unlike us, which we get hot, 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 but we don't get extremely cold. So
We are halfway through the year.
halfway through it just don't seem possible, does it?
No.
Talking about strawberries again. All right, strawberries. We got 3 different varieties, and I'm gonna mess this up. We got Comarosa, Chandler, and Sweet Charlie. We're gonna have 3 different varieties here. We're gonna start pre-sales next week.
Ooh, busy week.
So end of next week, we're gonna start pre-sales on those. Pre-sales on garlic as well. Elephant garlic and hard neck and soft neck garlic. So we got all that coming up. Life is hectic this time of the year because school started back. Everything's rocking and rolling. The heat, the rain. We've had plenty of rain the last few days. Weeds seem to be getting, I've gotten ahead of us a little bit. I've gotten a handle on mine in the last couple of days.
Yeah. I have to.
The rain has laid off of us for about 3 days now. It allowed me to get back in the garden. I got a little bit of handle on mine. But those blackberries, I got to get out and get those blackberries pruned.
Yeah.
Got to harvest my corn. Got to get ready for fall gardening. So if you've never done fall gardening before, my recommendation would be this right here. Don't go out and go as ho-hum about it as you do with your spring garden. Bring it back in a little bit and don't plant as much, but try to plant some stuff in there. If you like,
Plant what you will eat.
now one thing that you may want, and I love sauerkraut. Nobody else in the family really likes it but me. But those are things that are easy to make. Even these, you've seen these new recipes where they take the cabbage and cut them and grill them. So cabbage is a wonderful one to grow in the garden. A lot of different ones that you think you and your family would enjoy. But don't plant a lot if you've never done it before. Just try planting a little bit of some things and see how it goes for you. And I think you'll enjoy it.
What about your tom onions? Are you going to have some this fall or
We'll
next
have
spring?
some this fall for sale, we hope. Yep. I got some in the barn. We got to get there and do inventory on those. Those we'll start transplanting out next month. Yep.
Our roselle is looking good.
Roselle's growing. I've got a seed crop of roselle that's growing like crazy. So any of that, and any and all of that is doing good. Fall is the time. Cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower. Let's name them all off. Cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower, collards, kale, mustards, turnips, carrots, beets, radishes, lettuce, bunch of onions. Oh man, I could think of something else. Turnips, did we mention turnips? All that we can grow in the fall and do extremely well with it. A lot of good eating there.
A lot of good eating.
All right, so let's move on to garden spotlight of the week.
Is
Oh, that's a good picture out there.
Pam Simpson, Zone 8. They purchased seeds from Halls for planting in 2022. Didn't end up having a garden for that year. Decided to give those seeds a try this year, and their garden is thriving. They're growing squash, zucchini, gypsy peppers, cantaloupe, bush green beans, purple hull, peas, market worm, mercury, and tomatoes.
Look at that big tomato. What kind? Is it a Halcinator?
Well, they're growing red robin, roaster, red snapper, purple boy, and lemon boy.
Yeah, that's probably a red snapper right there. And they got all kind of goodies to put up there. Look at those peas. Yep. It's like they've been busy canning right there. Thank you, Pam. Appreciate that. Where they at?
It says Zone 8.
Zone 8.
I'm not sure where. It
I
didn't
almost
say the
forgot. I got to plant my peas middle of the month. 15th. I'm going to plant my peas 15th of August, my cow peas. So I got that going in as well.
Watermelons on the down low.
Watermelons on the down low. Cantaloupes is gone.
I've got 2 more.
I've did away with the cantaloupe plot. Watermelon plot's going to be next. We may harvest 2 or 3 more out of there. We got a couple more out there I think we can get for maybe some of the grandbabies to eat.
I harvested my winter squash. And
Moving on.
moving on.
Sweet potatoes are doing well. I'm probably going to do my video this week on sweet potatoes and birdhouse gourds. Man, they grow like crazy. I've had a good bit of disease in my birdhouse gourds. I've been keeping them treated, but all the rain has created a good bit of downy mildew, so I got that going on. But I think they're going to make fine. So the old goat, folks. The old goat is on the set here somewhere, and if you find the old goat, put in the comments below, and next week we're going to do this week's winner. How about that? Next week we're going to draw for this week's winner. This week's winner is from last week's. This week's drawing is from last week's winner. So last week, Nina's Place 1965 found the old goat and put in the comments below, and they are the winner of the socks this week.
Send your shipping information to support@growhouse.com.
And that's Nina's Place right there, 1965. 1965 was one of the best years ever. Did you know that?
Mm-hmm. It was.
It was a good year.
Good year.
Here's the socks right here. You'll be sporting around town there, and everybody be saying, where did you get those beautiful Get Dirty socks at? And you can tell them to watch the Row by Row show.
Petals from the Past, meet and greet.
Yep.
September 14th, Jefferson, Alabama.
Yep. So if you're around in Alabama or you want to do your good weekend trip, think about that one right there. It's a wonderful trip there. You get to see a lot of folks, and you get to visit the world-acclaimed Petals to the Past Garden Center. See all what they got going on.
Let us know what you're doing for your fall garden.
Yep. Yep. Or did we not mention something that you enjoy growing in the fall? Always give us some ideas what we can do a little different, maybe a little extra. If you got something out there that you grow, let us know. And it's time to move on. Move into fall. Thank you for joining us. Get out there and get those hands dirty.